whether your organization is large or small, it could be vulnerable to having a fraud that could be financially devastating. Here's an article we'll pull up here on the screen in a second of a small town of only 16,000 people that had a controller managing the budget of that town that stole millions of dollars, and that could be devastating for a town. And if you're, a company that has several hundred people, that could do the same thing. So in this article called "Small Town Huge Fraud" in Fraud Magazine, there was a town in the Midwest in Illinois that had 16,000 people as residents, but their controller stole 53 million from city funds. And you can imagine that if a small town can have it happen to it, a company or nonprofit could have the same thing, right? The director of the film that produced the documentary about this, who's also a certified fraud examiner and a CPA, says this can happen anywhere, right? So a controller of a town, you would think, would be aware that they're being scrutinized, that their activities are being watched by government agencies. But in this case, they decided anyways to go ahead and steal that large of an amount from their organization, which was their municipality. It could have been easily discovered. Almost all the red flags that are talked about in this article are things that a proper fraud prevention program could have discovered, even things like Benford's Law, due diligence on profit and loss statements, cross controls over money changing hands, even two signatures on checks would have solved a lot of these problems. So being aware, if you're a company, an organization, a nonprofit, or a municipality, there's opportunities for fraud that may not be taken advantage of today, but if they exist in your company and somebody discovers them even accidentally, at some point they'll be used to start out with small amounts and then gradually build up to where the losses can be catastrophic for the organization.